Okay, so let's talk about Philippine power statistics. So as you can see from this one, there's actually a stagnant growth in these early years because the installed capacity is capable of supplying yung ating current demand. But there is an increasing supply development in coal, as you can see in this one. And well, a small increase in these other three. So so that is because well, you need more power plants para ma-supplyan yung growing demand because your demand is growing. You have an increasing population, you have an increasing demand for devices, for electronics, for equipment. So because of that, uh, you need to have more supply. Okay, and we have high reliance on coal, as you can see. Well, in the early years, maganda kasi we have this high reliance on renewable, but later on we'll still have to rely on coal kasi it's a cheaper alternative. Well, relative to other sources, it's cheaper to construct. It's not it's not very much efficient, it's not very much clean, but it's high capacity. So as compared to other high capacity plants, you want it's cheaper to construct, so mas mabilis siyang ma-deliver. Para siyang gano'n. Okay? Now, in renewable, well, it's not most of them are not high capacity, but current developments right now, merong mga nade-develop na high capacity solar farms, high capacity wind farms, but we cannot rely on them very much as base loads kasi there are problems in solar farms and wind technologies na na mahirap i-resolve. Okay? Kasi they basically depend on the weather, there's on the wind speeds. So they have a lot of variability in power affected by external factors. Kasi yun yung fuel nila, eh. But it's clean. So you still want them. Okay? So now, in terms of the dependable generating capacity. So we still have this dependable generating capacity. As you can see, uy, sobra. As you can see, uh, if we compare yung ating installed capacity for renewable and dependable, medyo malaki yung gap nila. So you have a high installed capacity, but in terms of dependability, medyo mababa yung dependability nila. I guess it's also because of the variability. For the other technologies, you still have a gap between them. May gap pa rin sila. But that is because this gap is meant for reserves. So ganun siya. So in terms of energy mix, so this is the mix of energy. Uh, yeah, this is the mix of energy. As you can see, in the early years, medyo maliit, oops, ano napipindot ko? Ano yun? Yan. Medyo malaki yung ating installed generating capacity. Installed generating capacity for solar, for renewable. And then we have smaller installed capacities for the other sources. But you see, medyo lumaki yung portion na tinitake up ng ating coal. Now this is again this is installed, so this is not your dependable capacity. Um, if we look at the renewables, yan. Ay, natakpan ko. Anyways, so if we look at the renewables, most of these ay yung ating hydro. And then next ay yung ating geothermal. We don't have these three yet, or we don't have a significant amount of these three yet in these years, but there's booming interest in those in the latter years, lalo na dun sa ating solar. Okay? Ayan. Yeah, I think, yeah, we have a lot of hydrothermal eh. We have a lot of hydrothermal installed. That's why dito, kung mapapansin nyo, malaki yung ano, malaki yung pinakamalaki yung renewable. It's because of the hydrothermal and geothermal installed. Medyo malaki yan, malaki yung source natin. We have a lot of volcanoes here, so marami tayong potential sites. We have many bodies of water na pwede natin kunan ng hydrothermal. But yeah, as you can see, medyo stagnant na yung technology niya. Medyo stagnant tayo doon. This sudden increase primarily dahil na yan sa booming source for solar and wind. Hydrothermal it's not as intermittent, it's not as variable as solar and wind. Okay? So yun. As well as geothermal. Okay. So if we look at the energy mix, so ito yung energy mix natin. Pinakamalaki yung hydrothermal. As you can see here. Next is yung geothermal. And then we have sudden interest in other solar technologies later on. Latter years na. In the recent years na. Okay? So here are my references for the images. Andyan siya. This set of slides are available to you via Edmodo. Yeah. So yeah.